Well, good morning, fine fellows and lasses of YouTube. I hope everything is okay in your world. I'm, as you can see, at this particular moment, I'm sitting in Hazel's car. We're going away for a few days for the weekend. We decided to have a little break before Christmas, and yeah, we got a good deal on it, so we thought, well, why not? So we are off to near Rye, or Battles in Hastings, that are round about there. And what we will be doing is we will be just chilling. We've rented, or I should say, Hazel has rented us a cottage that actually is on a beach. So there's beautiful views straight out of the back. There's a little veranda there, or a little sort of wooden patio that you can, or sun deck. Not there's much sun at the moment, that you can sit on and enjoy the beauty of nature and just peruse the beach at your leisure. And we can take long walks on the beach with Lily and the kids, and we can just have some good chilled out, relaxing fun and just enjoy ourselves. I don't think we're going to be doing anything too strenuous this weekend. It's purely and simply for a bit of art, a little bit of rest and relaxation. That's all we're doing. So yeah, as is always the case, the kids have now gone into the house again. We loaded the car up. We were going to get away about 9. It has now gone 10. And Hazel decided that she'd take the children inside to use the toilet before we went on the journey. They insisted they didn't want to, but you know what kids are like. They're bound to. As soon as we leave the house, I want to have a wee or what have you. So, yeah. So, Willow, are you all right now?
Yeah.
Hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Good. That's very personal, isn't it? Say hello properly.
Hello.
There you go. That's a little bit more like it, isn't it? So what we're going to do, we're going to make our way towards Hastings now, and it's not that far from us, really. It's about an hour and a half or so. So, yeah, could have really had a couple of days in the back garden, but hey-ho, would have been cheaper. But no, we got a cottage on the actual beach, so that should be all fine and dandy. So, yeah, we're going to leave in a second. I say a second, probably about another 3 or 4 hours. And what do you know, there's a couple of things we need to do on the way. So, yeah, we'll see you when we get there. Or maybe before. I don't know. It's chilled and relaxed. We're just going to go with the flow and see where it takes us. Hippie style. Oh, dear. We've not even left them over to break down. Fox! What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell Dad the problem. Tell Daddy the problem. I know what the problem is. He wants to drive. He thinks that he's eligible to drive. And he doesn't want to sit in the baby seat. He wants to sit in the adult seat. The cockpit, he wants to drive. Try telling a 3-year-old he's legally not allowed to drive. And apart from the fact that he hasn't got a clue how to drive, it's not going to stop him, I think. My ears are bursting.
Come here so we can... Oh, come on.
You right there, Hazel?
Yeah, listen to snotty boy.
Oh, he's a snotty boy. Right, we should hopefully get going soon.
Fox, your iPad is in the back. When you're sat in your seat, you can have it.
It's an iPad problem as well. Talk about addiction.
We'll just sit
What is it with kids today? What is it with these kids today? They've got to have all of the latest equipment, and they're addicted to it. I'm sure there's some. I'm sure there's some big major plan behind these conglomerates and behind the New World Order to dictate terms to our children and brainwash them through all this from all this negative electrical equipment that they're selling. I don't trust them. Don't trust them at all. There's definitely something afoot.
No.
Probably has been for centuries. Right, we've got an hour down the road. Yeah, maybe an hour down the road, and guess who needs to use the toilet? Fox, doesn't he, Willow? We already had to naughty, really. We already had to stop on the hard shoulder because he thought he was going to wet himself, and then we got another half an hour further on, and then he needs a number 2. Well, he didn't say that. He said he needed a poo. Too much information? I think probably is. So Hazel's now gone into the services, and we're waiting here in the car, bored, for the return of Willow and the fox. Sorry, for Hazel and the fox. Willow?
Yeah?
What are you doing in the back there?
I'm playing.
What are you playing?
My play home again.
Play home?
Yeah.
Is that on the iPad?
Yeah.
Jolly good. You enjoying it? Yeah?
Me and Fox just connected iPad, so whenever Fox fox moves, like
Whenever Fox moves.
say if Fox was playing on his iPad
Yeah.
at home at the same time
Yeah.
as me, we press connect iPad, and then if he took the lady, it would move, and I would see it moving at the same time.
So you've connected your iPad. Now she connected her iPad to Fox's on her own. I wouldn't even have a clue where to start with this technology, but she's just done it straight off the bat. So I don't know. What does that tell you? Maybe they're spending too much time with this artificial, with
easy.
artificial intelligence. I don't know.
It was easy.
As I said earlier, it concerns me because I noticed that I was watching a documentary the other day, and they were saying that in Silicon Valley, the people there won't let their kids play with this kind of technology. They won't let them play with it with this technology and these games and stuff. So what does that tell you? These people that are designers and builders of it won't let their own children play with it. I think that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Conspiracy going on there? Maybe. Sounds a bit dodgy to me. But it's like I say, the more that the more that kids seem to rely on this kind of technology, these games, and you see it yourself. They remove themselves further and further from society, and they kind of get themselves in their own little bubble, and everything becomes is out there. Everything is in the airwaves, and that's how they connect to each other through this. It's becoming a virtual reality. It's almost like they're turning into cyborgs, really. It's like these appendages or these machines, like an iPad or a phone even, they're like appendages that are creating them into a form of cyborg because they're reliant on it. It's technology that they really, really need. And I think that's worrying. I think that's concerning because while they're living in this virtual world, they're not experiencing reality and the beauty of nature, and connecting with other humans. And animals. So I think it's a poorer lifestyle. People say it's a richer lifestyle and things are great, but I'm not so sure. And it does worry me, and I know it sounds a bit conspiratorial, and I said that I wasn't, but it does worry me if this is a form of manipulation. Especially when you hear that the people in Silicon Valley, designers and technological gurus, won't allow their kids anywhere near it. So what does that tell you? That speaks volumes to me. But it does concern me. It does worry me. And you know, for example, I had a friend who had a little boy, and he never went to school. Didn't go to school, and he wasn't home tutored either. And the one thing that he used to do, and I always remember it about him, even when he was sort of 5, 6 years old, is he had this, I don't know what it was, PS1 or 4 or whatever. I don't know. I'm not up with that sort of stuff. And I could talk to him, and he could hold a conversation with me. And he would be continually looking, just flicking his eyes quickly, then talking to me, flicking his eyes quickly, then talking to me. And whilst he was doing this, he was holding a conversation, and he was playing this game. And it was like racing cars, if I remember. And I thought to myself, I can't even keep my eyes on the screen and do it properly or do it at all, really. And this kid, 5 or 6, this little dot, who hasn't even got a formal education, is there, and it's almost like it was a part of him. And as I say, that cyborg effect, and it is concerning. It does worry me. Yeah, I mean, we use them because, you know, I like parents, I think, because if you're on a long journey and that, it makes life a lot easier because, you know, without them, it's intolerable. But it does make me concerned, and it does make me sort of think, well, we put a time limit on it now because if you didn't, that they would be on it completely all the time, permanently. And I think that a lot of parents are doing that now. They're kind of gauging the time, of making time blocks up and the time periods that their kids are on it. Because these lot, when they're taken away from them, they melt, have a meltdown. They have an actual meltdown. And yeah, it concerns me. It concerns me that there's something going on with these machines, and there's some kind of motive behind them, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but it frightens me. And as I say, I'm not conspiratorial, but then, well, I say that, but you know what? The more I see of this world, the more questioning I'm becoming. I think it's opening my eyes a bit more now, and you know, it's sort of connecting the dots and seeing what's going on under the surface. Yeah, I don't know, but peace and quiet, we're on the journey. But that's it really. So, waiting for him to come out now. Look, they found a bit of a leaf. Lily's out for a wee. So we're actually in Rye now. It's quite a, I don't know what to make of it really. We've not been in the centre yet. But yeah, that's sort of as you go into the town.
Super.
You're Superman, are you?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Superman.
Yeah? And super pain in the arse, you need to go to the toilet all the time. Right. There you go. There's Willow.
We've had to stop like for 1,000 times.
We did, and why did we stop for 1,000 times?
Because Fox kept on needing the toilet.
Fox kept on wanting the toilet. There he is, the culprit. Right, so we're going to go for a bit of a walk now, see what we can see. Come with us. We had a little look. We had a little look in Rye. Haven't seen all of it yet. We're going to drive through it. It's quite small, I think. But the bit that we've seen, it looks a bit. Maybe it's because it's a cloudy and a dark day. But it looks pretty grim. It looks very. Looks run down, like it's seen better times. But you know, it's a big hotspot. It's a big holiday hotspot and destination for people. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll drive through the real centre of it in a minute, and we'll have a look. But so far, not really impressed, which is unusual for Sussex because it's such a beautiful county. We'll see. If you can hear me over the kids, I hope. This is it. This is the town of Rye. We're just taking a drive around it. It's quite pretty, but I don't know. There's just something a little bit run down about it, I think. But it is quite a pretty little. But that's it. That is Rye. That is you've just gone through the town of Rye.
It's pretty with the lights.
It's pretty, but and you can see. I don't know if you can, but you can see they're all geared up for Christmas. But yeah, it's a pretty little place. Oh no, here you go.
Oh no, here we are. Here's
Oh
the
no,
town.
I tell a lie about Rye. Pocket full of Rye there that I was talking about earlier. A catcher in the Rye chip shop. You were right, Hazel. We were looking at suggesting names for businesses in Rye, and Hazel said, "What about a chip shop called Catcher in the Rye or a fishing shop?" There's one there, so that's cool.
This is quite pretty.
Oh, so this is quite pretty. I take it back.
And we can have a little walk.
We're going to have a little walk around here and see what we can see. So there you go, guys. Look, we're coming through again. This is the back end of Rye, as it were. And yeah, it's quite quaint and pretty. It's sort of old England. So yeah, it's beautiful. I take it back. I jumped the gun, as it were. I assumed. Look up there. Look up there. That's gorgeous up there. Just really pretty. And then you got there, and then you got through there. I didn't really see because the blinking vans are in the way, but it is very pretty through here.
For a parking space.
Cafe or what have you there, grain store.
Yeah, we are there.
But apparently Hazel was telling me that it's quite, it's not that affluent. It's one of the most deprived areas in Great Britain, apparently. Is that right, Hazel? Is that what you were saying?
No, it's on the verge of being a deprived.
Oh, it's on the
area.
verge of being a deprived area. So, yeah. I think there's quite a bit. It sounds like there's quite a bit of poverty around here, doesn't it? And the shops, obviously, as you would expect, the shops in a seaside town or a little quaint English town are very, very expensive. So the locals just generally can't afford to shop here. But I think that's probably the same wherever you go, where there's a seaside resort or a holiday town. So yeah, but it is very pretty. I take that back. Let's give you another shot of this town, people. This is where we came in, obviously. I think where we were earlier in the car park over there. It's a cafe. Yeah, I know. And we're going back through the town again. Up through here. We did want to get out and walk through it, but it's Friday afternoon and there isn't a parking space to be had. So we're going the other way now, the other direction, but that's we came through earlier. So as you can see, it's very pretty. I'm not sure. Now, this is 1066 country, so for anybody that doesn't know what that is, this is near the Battle of Hastings. This is where it all kicked off. You all right, Hazel?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, this is where it all kicked off, the big Battle of Hastings, where King Harold met his end. Rumour has it that he caught an arrow in the eye, but we're not sure about that. But that was when we had a dust up with the French. And that was when William the Conqueror came over here and took the throne. And he was a Norman king. And Harold was an English king who was Saxon. So that's it really. That's there you go, that's it. I don't know where the battle happened. I think it's a bit away from here. I don't know. We have arrived at the holiday cottage, and to be honest with you, it's a bit of a 70s time warp, but that doesn't matter because the views, I'll show you. Watch this. This is off the main bedroom. All right there, children?
No.
Jolly good.
No.
And that is the view out to the sea. There you go. So this is like a, what do you call this? Like a veranda type thing?
A little sunroom thing.
It's like a sunroom. Very nice.
No, like a little indoor balcony.
And that's our view, and that's what we're looking out onto. And I'll show you what it looks like from outside downstairs in a second. Go over there, look. And, all right there, Lily? Yeah, good girl. And out here, so this is the lounge. There's the patio doors. Open that. Yeah. Oh, hang on, bear with me. Right, so there's the back of the cottage, just there. And if we turn around, we've got a bit of a patio veranda type thing here. And if we sweep round, there's the sea. So we're literally spitting distance from it. It's fantastic. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Some sand dunes there to the right. That is beautiful. Let's get a poster of that actually. So that is a little tour of the cottage. As I say, no point in showing you inside because to be honest, it's pretty grim. It's not great. I mean, it's serviceable and it's functional and that's really all you need, but it is stuck in a bit of a 70s time warp. But yeah, just look out there. I mean, that's just magical. Absolutely magical. Look behind me, see if I can get that sun. Where are we? Oh, I can't get it now. Where are we? Can't really see, but it is absolutely stunning here. There you go. Beautiful. However, as you drive in, the drive in isn't so great. It looks pretty much like a run-down seaside town, unfortunately, which is quite sad, really, because Rye itself, as I thought it wasn't that great earlier, but it is very pretty. Whereas this part of the coast is gorgeous, but inland a bit, not so great. So it does kind of look run down, to be honest with you. But you know, we're here for a couple of days and we're just going to chill, and that's why we rented it. Yeah, I'm settled in. Kids are there. Hazel's in the kitchen, and I'm out here looking at the view with a Turner's apple pie cider, or apple pie cider from Kent, Marden in Kent, and very nice it is too. A very nice drop. Look at that. Absolutely spot on. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. The way the sun hits the bottle and skids off the sand, and just look at the, oh, do you know what, if I were a poet, but I don't think there are enough words to describe the beauty of what I'm looking at now. Absolutely stunning. Oh, this is the life. Very, very relaxing, very nice. And cider. And it actually does taste like apple pie. Not sure quite how I feel about that. It's gorgeous. It really is nice, and it's sweet. I'm not really a big lover of sweet cider, although I will drink it. But it is quite nice, and yeah. The main thing is I'm enjoying myself. Hazel, however, is still in the kitchen. So there's Hazel out there with the children, and Lily. Lily's found a friend, so she's all happy and content. Look at that now, that sun's come. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then down to that little beauty. Back up again, and a cross. So there they are, they're having the time of their life. Look at Lily, she's a nana. Chasing over a dog out there. She stopped. She'll be off in a sec. There you go. Oh, hang on, there you go. Beautiful, just beautiful. Well, I'm content. The kids seem happy. Hazel seems happy. Makes a change. And don't tell her I said that. And yeah, everything's as it should be. So that's good. So I can't think of a better way to end a vlog, really. So I'll be doing another vlog tomorrow, hopefully. So just keep your eyes and ears open. And yeah, I'll see you then. So from me now, on the south coast by Hastings and Rye, 1066 country, as I said. See you tomorrow. See you later, guys. Bye.